Alrighty, what is going on, guys? It's Tazz here, and welcome back to the Legion Lounge. Now, we had some technical difficulties. The stream didn't want to go live at first. It looked like it was live on my end, and then I checked and I was like, oh wait, it's not live. So yeah, we had to end it and restart it. It doesn't matter. Streaming can be difficult sometimes, but it looks like we're actually live now, and that's great. So welcome back to the Legion Lounge. We have another episode with a lot of crazy stuff to talk about. DC FanDome Part 2, the Black Ops Cold War multiplayer and zombies reveals were earlier this week. We've got some Star Wars news to talk about, and luckily, again, I am joined by my co-host, Toxic Strike, aka Ghost Lead.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
So yeah, it's great to have you back here on the stream. We've got quite a few topics to talk about today, and yeah, without any further ado, let's just get into it. If you guys want to add anything to the conversation, as always, just type something in the stream chat and say hi to the people. So yeah, anyway, let's just start this. Let's get into talking about FanDome Part 2. So what did you think about DC FanDome Part 2?
So personally, let me first talk about DC FanDome Part 1.
Okay.
I think that FanDome
Naturally.
Part 1 was great. Yeah, naturally.
Natural way to start it.
I think DC FanDome Part 1 was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was all the things that we were looking forward to. Mainly, which a lot of people didn't look forward to, but then they looked forward to it once they actually saw it, is the Batman. We had
Yes.
a whole bunch of other stuff like Snyder Cut, all these other things. I'm not gonna go in detail, but
yeah, no, we know what happened in part 1.
Yeah,
lots of crazy stuff.
If you don't know what happened in DC FanDome Part 1, you can go look back at our DC.
Go look back at the
stream.
FanDome Part 1 stream. Shameless plug, but yeah. Anyway, so
Yeah.
FanDome Part 1 was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It was, we got a
it
lot
really
more
was.
stuff. We got a lot more stuff. It really was a Comic-Con replacement, and that was great to have. And it's something that's different from Part 2, which was this weekend, was that everything was live streamed. It had set times for each panel, and if you missed it, then you would have to come in for the encores. And like some panels had one encore, some panels had multiple encores. But what was different with Part 2 is it was like, all right, it's 1 p.m. I think it was 1 p.m. Eastern that they started, and it's like it's 1. All these panels are up on the FanDome website. They're available for 24 hours. Go watch them whenever you want, wherever you want. And I thought that
Right.
was actually a really nice way to do this second part of FanDome. Originally, it was going to be all just on one day, and then they changed it to split it up into to multiple days. And then on this weekend's version of FanDome, the Part 2 of FanDome, we had all of our TV panels and everything.
Right.
So,
And
yeah,
I think that's mainly good because we get to see what a whole bunch of the showrunners and all the cast and everything, what they were talking about for the shows, which is very good. It's important to hear what they have to say about it, hear what's really going on, because you're not getting questions. They have to just come up and talk about the stuff themselves.
Yeah.
So they have to basically answer the questions without them actually being asked.
Well, no, I mean, they did ask, people sent in questions and stuff like that, and they answered them during the panels, but I'm not sure. They definitely were very filtered. Like, there was a whole form that you had to go through.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, there's a whole form that you had to go through to submit them.
It's not exactly like Comic-Con and stuff where you just come up on a mic and just say something.
Yeah, and you could just kind of ask anything.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it was very good.
Yeah.
I think that mainly though it was just really trying to tell us what's going to be happening in the shows this season.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I
It was
think
a nice
that
little
lot of us
preview.
already kind of knew what was going on.
Yeah. I mean,
a lot
for,
of people
for
that were
some
big
shows more
in the fan base already know what's going on.
Yeah, for some shows more than
but-
other, we know a little bit more about certain things. Like we know a whole bunch about the Flash because they did have a panel at Part 1, and then they had an extended version of the panel at Part 2 where they basically just kind of went a little bit more in depth on some of the stuff that they mentioned in the first panel. In addition to, they had that trailer for the first panel because they are the unique outlier of all the shows that actually have part of their first episode filmed, because they're repurposing episode 20 into episode 1, and it's not going to be the whole thing because obviously they got to change certain things to make it fit as a premiere,
Right.
But
And I mean, I think the stuff is I think it's pretty interesting. I'm gonna be pretty excited to see where the shows are going. I mean,
Yeah,
we
me too,
learned
me
some
too.
things, but nothing too serious.
Yeah, nothing too crazy.
It's not like we're learning like who the major villains of every show is going to be.
Yeah, and I was honestly I was expecting a little bit more from the second part of FanDome. Like
Yeah,
we knew that there was going to be there's a big hype around the Batwoman panel. Like the panel was interesting. It was great. It seems like the cast has a lot of chemistry. It seems like Javicia Leslie coming in. It seems like she's really, really, really excited to jump into the role of Batwoman. But I was expecting a suit reveal, honestly.
Yeah.
But
and I mean, we got more of a suit reveal out of Superman and Lois than we did Batwoman.
Yeah, well, I mean, during the panel, I feel like it was Javicia that said it, that they hadn't done a costume fitting at that point. It was either her or one of the showrunner or whatever. Somebody had said that they didn't do a costume fitting at that point yet. And keep in mind that this was filmed back and it was supposed to come out when the first part of FanDome dropped. So between then and now, I'm sure that costume test has happened because they're already filming. And I'm pretty sure that somebody said something about she has been in the suit at this point. I'm pretty sure because they're a week or so into filming.
I mean, they've already said that. They already said that she was, at least she was posting about how she's already on set.
Yeah,
I don't know
exactly.
if she's in the suit yet. I don't know. I don't really think, because I think that if I'm not mistaken, original like Kate Kane is not going to be in there for like, isn't she only going to be in like one episode or something?
No, there's no Kate Kane. No, it seems like it seems like from at least what they said in the panel, and it from what we've heard and everything that happened around the casting, it seems like the season's going to start off. Kate Kane is going to have disappeared, possibly presumed dead, but the showrunner seems to want to make it clear that they're not just killing her off. That Kate is gone one way or the other for whatever reason. Kate Kane is gone, and then this new character Ryan Wilder comes in and finds the bat suit and is like, "All right, I can be Batwoman now." And it seems like it's going to be interesting the way that all these characters. I think that's going to probably be the most interesting part of this next season is how well they integrate the Ryan Wilder character into this already established, already existing Gotham City, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think a big part is just going to be, number one, is going to be, okay, so what kind of training or whatever does Ryan Wilder have to be able to be Batwoman?
Exactly.
And if she doesn't, is she going to be getting that progressively throughout the show, or what? You know, is she just going to throw on the bat suit, get, her butt whooped, and then, they're just going to be like, oh, well, how'd you do that? You shouldn't have done that. You're not Batwoman.
I think,
or what?
Well, I think the way
that... really think?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the way that they're going to do it is it seems like Ryan Wilder is going to find this bat suit. She's been, like, living on the street. She, I think, used to basically, I guess, work for the criminals of Gotham or something like that. She's, like, kind of living on her own on the street, not the greatest upbringing or whatever, but she finds the bat suit and she takes it, I guess, as an opportunity to do well, just do something good. She obviously, I'm sure, has looked up to the original Batwoman and is like, hey, if I found this suit, I can make it mine. I can now, there's no more Batwoman. I can be Batwoman. I can kind of, take over as the protector of Gotham. And I think that's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see kind of how it all plays out, and it's going to be very interesting to see how the relationships are with, like, Alice. Is Alice going to be after this new Batwoman because she's like, oh, she took my sister's mantle, basically? Like, obviously Alice wanted to kill Kate at the end of last season, but I don't think that would really stick. I think maybe Alice is going to probably be looking for Kate just as much as, like, Luke and Mary and all of them.
Yeah, I think Kate she's probably gonna have, like, a little bit of, like, a change of heart.
Maybe. I think it would be... Yeah, no, continue.
No, I was just going to say, I think more or less she's just going to be almost like or at least start to become more of like an anti-hero.
Yeah, I would like to see that. I would really like to see that. I would like to see Alice kind of become sort of an anti-hero, maybe work with the team ever so slightly, maybe, possibly.
Well, maybe. I think the only reason as to why she would do so is because of wanting to, find Kate.
Yeah, wanting to find Kate. I think that yeah, you're right. That would probably.
And I think most of the time it's just gonna be like, oh, her and like Batwoman are gonna work together, but then she's gonna be like, I don't like you, and it's because you're not my sister, basically.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, and then also
and it's just gonna be a lot of like in team rivalry, but they're trying to just complete the same task, but they're not working with people that they like to work with.
Yeah. E-Man Boss, what's up, bro? How's it going? Welcome to the stream.
Hey, how's it going?
But yeah, no, I think
you're enjoying it so far.
Yeah, I hope you are enjoying. Got a lot to go through. But yeah, I mean, I think Batwoman has the potential to be the most interesting of all of the shows this season, because they're in such a unique situation, where they have to completely reinvent themselves going into a second season, and not many shows have to do that.
Yeah, and now, I think.
No, sorry.
Well, I think that they no, you're fine. But I think that they had. I mean, at least they had to have some kind of idea of what they were going to do for season 2. But now that they're coming into a new season 2, they're doing something completely different. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens. There's either one of two ways that's gonna go. Either it's gonna look like they just kind of threw it in. Yeah. It's gonna look like they just kind of threw up together a season 2 when they had an original idea. Yeah. Or it's going to be something pretty interesting. Yeah. I'm kind of hoping for, the latter option.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking it's going to be really cool, as I think they have such a unique opportunity here with, bringing in the Ryan Wilder character, adding that extra level of diversity with having the first Black Batwoman and everything. And that's kind of how they're promoting this, which is great. And I think that, everything that I've heard about the Ryan Wilder character, seeing how excited Javicia Leslie is about the show in general, I think that this character has the opportunity to be much better than Kate Kane.
Yeah, I think that season 1 of Batwoman was pretty good, but I think beginning was better than the end. I think that, I don't know, it's just the feeling of kind of the dark universe that is, not dark universe, but dark city that is Gotham City, in the dark universe of Batman and everything. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot they can do with it, and I think they can do some great stuff with it. And there was some really great stuff throughout the season, some really dark, gritty kind of Batman type of stuff that you would want to see. But I also feel like there was also some serious issues with season 1. Yeah, there are some that just never got to me. I mean, that always got to me, and that I never saw in any of the other shows, especially Arrow, is just I know that yes, Oliver Queen does get beaten up a lot, but it's just she got beaten up every episode. Yeah, and that it made me feel so weird. It's just she is supposed to be Batwoman. Yeah, and I mean, she can take out low level criminals and stuff, but she's not taking on Croc. She's not taking on Killer Croc.
Killer Croc.
And it's just she lost to a football player with a machete, and it's just I mean, I'm not trying to hate on the show, because she's again done some great stuff, but it's just I don't know, it just feels like she just was taken down super easy. And it's just that's not who I think Batwoman is supposed to be. I mean, I haven't read many of the comics, but at least any of the comics that I've seen or read where she's in them, she's not getting her butt whooped every 5 seconds. Yeah. I think it's just, I don't know. I know it's her first year and everything, but I mean, she's supposed to be trained, and it's just, I don't know. It throws me off.
Yeah, no, I think they've got like I said, they've got a great opportunity here with the Ryan Wilder character, and I think that she's going to be a lot more of an interesting protagonist than Kate. It seems like she has a lot more of a personality. It seems like she's going to be a little bit more fun. She's not going to be always as kind of dark and brooding, and basically Kate Kane was just the female Oliver Queen in a bat suit, It's it was kind of a rehash of that, but I think by bringing in this character that's very different than Kate Kane, they're establishing themselves as saying, hey, the show was one way in season 1. but we lost that lead. We're bringing in a completely new actress. We're bringing in this new character. She's going to be very different. She's nothing like Kate Kane, but she's going to be Batwoman. Yeah. Here you go.
I mean, I think that is something interesting.
I do too. I
think DC TV shows on the CW have a good way of doing newer characters, such as John Diggle, who are new, and you have nothing, like, you know, nothing about these characters. They're just made up for the shows. And a lot of people, you know, I mean, I don't know, I wasn't really watching Arrow, and I wasn't really much on social media and stuff when that first came out, but I bet probably some people were like, who the heck is this John Diggle guy? And then they see more of him, and now he's a comic book character. And now he's a Green Lantern too. You know, it's just, well, he's going to be, hopefully, if they don't just kill it.
DC, please bring back John Diggle as Green Lantern whenever there's a crossover.
I need John Diggle just gives me Jon Stewart vibes from the classic Justice League, the animated series show. Yeah. Oh, it's just. Man, Jon Stewart on that show is great. He's my most favorite Green Lantern. I used to love Hal Jordan. You know, it's probably because he's like the quote OG. But
Jon Stewart. I don't know. I've always liked John. I've always liked Jon Stewart more than Hal Jordan, because Jon Stewart was the Green Lantern on the Justice League animated series, and like you know, that was my Justice League. You know, so I was like, you know, Jon Stewart was the Green Lantern on that series, and I always thought he was a bit cooler than the Hal Jordan Green Lantern, but that was just me.
I also think that it's because of his story. I think that he just has a lot.
He has a lot.
He's got a lot of deep internal stuff. That like, especially also being, you know, prior military. I mean, I know Hal Jordan was too. Yeah. But you know, he's got some dark stories. You know, he came from, you know, not the nicest place in the world, but you know, he grew out of it, and you know, he became the hero that we see and all love. Yeah. But I think we talked enough about Batwoman.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah,
DC FanDome Part 2.
So, but one last Batwoman thing that wasn't, I don't think it was mentioned during the panel, but this came out around the same time, is that they cast a new character that is called Sophia or something, and she is, if you remember, she's the character that I think it was Julia Pennyworth that mentioned her, like the leader of this shady organization or whatever. So they're bringing her in this season, and it seems like she is going to end up being the big bad. So it's like shady, crazy organization, big bad type of thing. Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of like that. It seems like that's what they're doing, but I think it could be interesting. I think big old crime families and big old crime bosses and all that kind of stuff is a lot more Batman and Batwoman, Batgirl, exactly.
Batwing.
Batwing. Yeah, speaking of Batwing, I hope they unfortunately it seems like they might have wanted to start building him up this season, but now that they've got to build up the new Batwoman, it might kind of take a back seat. To me, Luke Fox was one of the most interesting characters in season 1, and I would have really loved to have seen him kind of progress further into becoming Batwing, but we're probably not going to get that very much, if at all, this season.
Yeah, and again, it brings up what I was talking about before about, you know, how these characters are going to know how to fight. And it's just where I want to, like, really know if, like, in between seasons or whatever, they're just going to, like, go off and, you know, travel the world like, you know, Bruce Wayne did, you know. But I mean, of course, none of these characters are as strong or capable as Batman was after he went on like his years tour of like the world and learn how to like basically become the best fighter in the world. Of course, I mean, I'm not expecting them to be on that kind of level, but I mean, I just really hope that this next season that they really get like on a level that like we see. And I mean, of course, they're not going to get on like the Batman level, but just that, like the one fight scene in the Batman, it looks brutal. It looks it looks like somebody that knows how to fight. You know,
I mean,
there
were some good fight scenes in season 1, especially that episode that was directed by James Bamford. I want to say it was
the one in the prison.
Well, no, I don't think that was directed by James Bamford, but yeah, you're right. That was a really good fight scene. I'm saying, what was it? The one where it started off like by the docks and Kate like took out like
Oh,
a
yeah,
whole
yeah.
group of dudes down there. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that might have actually been the finale.
I think it might have been.
It might have been the
I don't know.
finale. Anyway,
It seems kind of fresh in my mind.
anyway,
so it might have
yeah,
been.
yeah, it might have actually been the finale. But anyway, oh, also we can't forget about Hush.
Yeah.
I just remembered.
Hush
I was
is
like,
now-
oh yeah,
is
Hush
now
exists.
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
But
Hush
see, that's gonna be
disguised as
kinda
Bruce
weird now
Wayne.
because nobody's gonna realize that he's not Bruce Wayne because nobody knows him on the show now. The only
right.
person that knows him is
Is
Kate Kane.
Well, I guess does Luke know him? I think yeah, Luke knows. Luke's got to know
I
Bruce.
guess, yeah. But I mean, it's been
Luke
years,
knows Bruce.
So Luke probably. I don't know.
I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll
Because
be
Luke
interesting.
also would have been young at that point too, wouldn't he? Or when did? Well, I guess
I think
no.
Batman disappeared like
7 years. So
was it
he
7
would've
years
been-
ago? Really?
Yeah, I thought it was 7, 10 or something like that.
Okay, I thought it was
I
like
don't know.
5, but I don't know. I don't know.
I
I don't know.
It's
You could
been
be
so
you could be
long, I
right. Who
haven't watched
knows?
the
Yeah,
show.
who knows? But
I
he
haven't watched the
disappeared.
show in a
He
little
disappeared
while.
a while ago. So
But
yeah.
I think that
Anyway.
that's just gonna be really interesting. I think that with this whole new Batwoman, basically, I think that they didn't really get that many people's attention in the first season.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to hate on it, but I think that it has some really good ideas, has some really good concepts, and I think that what they really have to do in this next season is really pull in the whole kind of pull in like the Bat family, but like pull in that whole kind of
Yeah, I think
aesthetic
they're gonna.
of
Yeah, I
just,
think
like,
they're definitely
you're
gonna
just-
lean a lot more into the Bat family aspect of things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how good in the comics Batwoman is at being a detective, but maybe she can be kind of a detective. Maybe if you're right about her being, like prior criminal stuff, then she knows a little bit about the crime life. She knows how those things
Yeah,
work.
well, I think
she knows how
that's-
people work.
Yeah, that's
all
kind of
that
her
kind
thing.
of
Is
stuff.
she's somebody that grew up on the streets and she knows the streets of Gotham, and that's kind of going to be her
Mhm.
edge, her angle. There is like that kind of.
She's probably
her.
gonna like know some people, and
Yeah.
you know how like in Luke Cage, when Luke Cage comes up against like the arms dealer, and he's like, hey man, so basically what's going on the streets now? And he's like, hey man, I don't know nothing. Brush him up a little bit.
I'm Luke Cage.
I'm Luke Cage.
Oh,
I still don't even
no.
know what
I.
that scene, man. That scene.
Oh my god. R.I.P. Marvel Netflix. Actually,
Yeah.
this is not on my notes at all, but supposedly, or not supposedly, I saw something on Twitter a couple days ago that Luke Cage and Iron Fist, the rights are going back to Marvel within the next couple of weeks. It's the 5 years has already been up, and I guess Daredevil's
That's
coming
crazy.
in soon. But yeah, that's
crazy.
kind of crazy. But anyway, back to FanDome stuff. Oh,
Yes.
moving away from Batwoman, because we literally talked about Batwoman for like 20 minutes. I think it's gonna be
Yeah,
great.
we really kind of have things to speculate on.
Yeah, I think it's
really.
gonna be really good though. I think it's gonna be
I think
really
it's
good
gonna
though.
be
But let's talk about these two speedster boys up here.
Yes.
The Flash and Godspeed. Biggest reveals, I guess, from the second part of FanDome. Eric Wallace said that Barry's going to have to earn the gold boots. So the gold boots are coming at some point, but he's going to have to somehow earn the gold boots. I don't know what that means. I guess that's probably like most likely what's going to happen once he gets his speedster abilities back. Maybe
Yeah.
like Cisco or Chester P. Runk or somebody's like, hey, Barry, I think your suit would look very cool with some gold boots. Here you go. And he's like, thanks. I've always wanted these. I've always wanted some nice gold shoes.
Maybe he's got to race somebody for the gold boots.
Yeah, no, he races Godspeed. No, he's like, hey, Godspeed, I like your boots. Let's race. Whoever wins
I
gets
like
to keep
your
them.
cut, G.
I like your boots. Let's race for pinks.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But-
anyway, Barry's getting the gold boots. That's going to be cool.
And this season's gonna be a lot about speedsters, which is good. I like
Yeah,
speedsters.
Eric Wallace says
I like
that's
learning
the
all
other
about
thing.
that.
Yeah, so there's going to be a big emphasis on speedsters. Godspeed is going to be a major villain this season. He's going to be the next villain that comes in after they're done with all the Mirror Master stuff. So that's going to be
Which
pretty interesting.
Hopefully won't take very long. I
Yeah.
know they just want to finish that up. I'm kind of like because of course we kind of knew about this stuff before, but I'm kind of
Yeah.
just waiting for them to finish this stuff up. I don't think it's a bad Mirror Master.
No,
Um,
I think that this new Mirror Master is pretty interesting,
Mhm.
for sure. But
I just wish that she had a more comic accurate suit.
even a more comic accurate suit.
I don't know. Give her the little head thing.
The
It
head
has
thing.
like a mirror on it. I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, that'd be kind of cool. But I like the weird like arm cannon. She's got like the cyborg arm cannon thing, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I don't know why Mirror Master never just put a bunch of mirrors on his body or her body.
I don't
Whoever's
know.
Mirror Master at the time. Because
Interesting.
then if somebody tries to punch Mirror Master, then just send him through Mirrorverse.
That's true. That's Mirror Master. Write this down.
Yeah.
Mirror Master.
Except
write
maybe
this down.
himself will, or herself, depends on what universe, will get sucked in to.
Yeah, I don't know.
mirror.
I don't know how.
I don't know
that
how
would
that's
work.
gonna work.
I don't know how that would
I don't
work.
know.
I don't know.
I just come up with the ideas. All right, DC, hit me up whenever you're ready for some good content. And Mirror Master is going to turn into the next god of DC.
Well, speaking of gods, the god of speed, Godspeed himself, being a big part of this season with like speeds just being a big part. Two things. One, it wasn't FanDome, but it was a separate interview. Eric Wallace was asked about the Reverse Flash teaser. Now, this was something obviously we knew about going into the finale, supposedly, or not the finale, I guess the finale, but going into that, we knew that there was supposed to be some Reverse Flash stuff in the original plan for the end of season 6.
The
but
original plot of the movie.
Yeah, the original plot of the movie. This was cut short. No, but anyway, so there was supposed to be some Reverse Flash stuff at the end of season 6. That never happened because we'd never finished season 6.
Right.
Basically, all Eric Wallace said, he didn't confirm or deny anything, but he just kind of reiterated the fact that speedsters are going to be a big part of this season.
Right.
So my thought is there's no way they're making Reverse Flash the big bad again until the final season. I think Reverse Flash will show up. I think possibly there's a route that they could take where Godspeed maybe works for the Reverse Flash, or that Reverse Flash was looking for a new vessel. He was looking for a new body pretty much after they kind of did the exorcism on Nash Wells and they got him out of him.
Yeah.
So I don't think Reverse Flash actually has a body, so maybe Reverse Flash is Godspeed right now, or like Reverse Flash is inside of Godspeed's body, or like maybe that's why they're all the Godspeed clones. It's like
maybe
a weird.
He shares a body with him.
Yeah, I don't know, or maybe it's like a weird like Palpatine Dark Empire type of thing, where
or it could be like in the Batman Beyond comics where there's two speedsters who were I forget their names, but basically though they
this is interesting.
They shared a body, right?
Yeah.
And when they shared the body, they could be separated, and they both would still be speedsters. They would just be less powerful. But the thing is, they couldn't be outside of each other's body for very long. So whenever they're together, they're a lot more powerful, and they won't die, basically. And their whole plot in the comic run was trying to, and this is a 2016 one, is they were trying to work to basically, it's kind of like separate their bodies permanently, but they would also lose their speed. So I highly doubt anything like that's going to happen. But probably the idea of, Godspeed having these separate bodies might probably have the same thing where, like, if he has the bodies in himself, then he's more powerful. And, I think they even were talking about this before, how in like last season when we actually were seeing like the Godspeed clones and stuff. Yeah. Is but they weren't as fast as they were. Right,
they weren't as And if I'm not mistaken, couldn't Godspeed make copies of himself I think that's one comics?
Of his powers.
Yeah, I think that was one of his powers, is there could be, multiple Godspeeds at once. So
yeah, except
that would be
again,
interesting.
The thing is, they're less powerful when they're separated.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. Is they're less powerful copies of himself. It's not like the Time Remnant thing with Zoom or anything. He's like physically making a copy of himself. But it's a less powerful copy that needs to come back to the source to make him fully powerful,
Yeah, and that's why I think that didn't like last season as well, didn't like the bodies of the people like just like die off after a little bit of after like a little bit, or did they get like taken or something?
I don't remember. I don't remember either. I don't remember either. Something happened to the bodies. They either did they just die or something, because they were like kind of robot clones, weren't? I don't.
Well, no, I think weren't they like actual like people that were kind of?
I don't
even
know. It
remember.
was confusing. It was kind of confusing. You know.
I don't know.
I don't
My
know.
other question is,
It didn't really
if
make
Godspeed,
sense.
if Godspeed wants to do all this stuff, why doesn't he just go out himself? Because if these clones are going to be weaker and just basically stupid, why would he send them out and not do it himself? You know, there's something that he's trying to. I mean, maybe he just is like, well, I'm too lazy to do that, or maybe he's off doing something else, or I don't even know. But I think that Godspeed has to be doing something else to have the want to send out clones to do something.
Yeah.
You know. But that's just how I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think Godspeed's got to be. He's got to be working for somebody. I think he's either working for / with the Reverse Flash, and then maybe we'll get like after the Godspeed villain portion of the season, maybe we'll get him as kind of like an anti-hero. But
yeah, we can always hope for that, you know. And
that was kind of my
down the line, but
yeah, that was one of my favorite
whatever.
things. That was one of my favorite things. In the comics. And also, what was it? One of the more recent comics, right? Is Godspeed got killed by Reverse Flash, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Reverse Flash just like snapped his neck or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, one character I wish that came back at some point.
Who?
Patty.
Yeah. Isn't she?
She was actually really cool.
Yeah.
But...
yeah. Isn't the actress on like The Boys now? I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't think so.
I thought she was. I don't know. I thought I saw that somewhere.
She was cool though.
Yeah, she was.
But then she was like, oh, I gotta go. Bye.
Yeah, I think something happened. She ended up getting cast, I think, on a different show. So then they wrote her out.
It's like
but yeah.
Merlin.
Yeah, I honestly am not sure, because we weren't following the shows back when they first started. Like, we weren't following Arrow when it first started. I'm not sure why they killed Tommy like at the end of the first season. If it was just like, if it was just a thing, oh no, you're right. Yeah, I'm not sure when that started. You're right. Chicago Med, I think it was.
I think so.
I'm not sure when that started.
I don't watch any of those. They all I don't know.
I don't know, but like, yeah, you're right. I'm not sure when that started. That would have to be something that we have to research. But yeah,
I just
interesting.
Realized that we've been talking about FanDome Part 2 for 30 minutes straight.
Yeah, but it's a big thing. There's still a lot of stuff to talk about. But
I think that, but I mean, the main things that we're talking about here are, I mean, they're not seriously big. It's just a bunch of speculation now.
It's a bunch of speculation.
It's like a little bit with a little bit of information that we actually know.
A little bit of information and a lot of speculation. But the other big thing that I thought about when I was writing up these notes for the stream is there were rumors at the end of last season of The Flash as well that Nora was going to come back in some form or fashion.
And probably gonna be like a ghost or something.
No, well, here, this is my thought.
Dumb like that.
Is it seems like she was going to be possibly, she could have ended up actually being in episode 20. And you know why? Is because if you look at the trailer, remember how Iris was seeing all the different versions of herself? Maybe like when she sees like the future Iris, maybe she also sees Nora, possibly.
Maybe.
I don't know, because there were rumors that she was going to be back. I think the actress was in Vancouver at the time, and I'm pretty sure that's at the same time like a picture came out and like she was hanging out with Iris and Cecile, I want to say. But yeah, anyway, that was supposed to be a thing, and with Eric Wallace saying that there's going to be an emphasis on speedsters, I wouldn't put it past them. But who knows? It's just a kind of a random thing. But
yeah, we'll have to see.
It might happen.
This new season.
Yeah.
They might just leave her dead. At this
yeah.
point.
No. Oh no. She's definitely gonna be dead. If she shows up, it'll be a flashback / hallucination. She's definitely gonna be dead. We're never gonna see the Nora character for real. I don't think until like
at least
the end of the until like the end of the show. I think, and it's gonna end up most likely. What's gonna happen is like final season, Iris and Barry are gonna have the twins, and it's gonna be Dawn and Dawn Allen, but maybe Nora and Dawn to make it a little less stupid and confusing.
Yeah, one thing I will say though that I've kind of been thinking about especially when we were talking about the Canary show
Yeah.
a couple streams ago.
Which is never happening because they didn't talk about it at FanDome. So
No,
the
so
show
it's
is
done,
the show is
basically.
dead, and that is it. Green Arrow and the Canaries is dead.
Ever
Bury it.
wanted to kind of save that kind of idea of like a future show, something they could almost do whatever they want with.
Yeah.
I've always kind of thought that it'd be kind of cool. They don't have to do Batman Beyond, but like a Beyond kind of a futuristic, and they're kind of building it up. A lot of these future characters is have a futuristic, like almost like Justice League kind of show.
Yeah.
And we could have Connor Kent because he's being born now.
Connor Kent.
what's-
You mean Jonathan? Jonathan
Yeah.
with
John
Superman
Kent.
and Lois.
I
Yeah.
was thinking about
Jonathan Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about something else.
No.
But yeah. And then we also have,
I mean,
we have Diggle's kid, Bill Diggle's kids. We have
Yeah.
also Oliver's kid, kids too, I guess.
Yeah,
now,
so
plural.
yeah, I mean, I think a sort of Young Justice show, that was something that I
But
had
not even
seen
that.
talked about.
I think that it'd be kind of cool just to see all these, because I mean, they're not, a lot of these people aren't big names, you know, they're not the headers of their own shows. But
Yeah.
I think that seeing, you know, like the Flash working together with like almost like a legend show.
Yeah,
but
no,
of
well,
the
yeah,
future.
I think that could either work as either a follow-up to Legends, is once Legends ends, that's the new show, is like it's like the future Justice League, basically.
Yeah. I mean, again,
Or it
they're
could
not,
also
like,
work as like a one-off episode in Legends, is they just bring back all of these characters and just have it just be it's a future Justice League story, or like it would be interesting maybe as like a crossover or something. Like maybe kind of like a Back to the Future thing. It's like, you know, maybe Legends from the future come to the present, and it's like, Barry, it's your kids. It's your kids, Barry. We gotta go back. We gotta go back to the future.
Yeah, I mean, something like that. Or I mean, another thing is it could just be a cool, it could be a cool crossover episode.
Yeah,
is just
I think
basically
so.
have all like their kids. They just meet them up, and they're just like of the future, and they're like, we need your help, you know. I mean, also the other cool thing is we have the Legion of Superheroes. Now that's years down the line. But still, the thing is, we still have them.
Yeah.
And of course, I don't think we're going to be doing anything with them anytime soon. I think that stuff's going to be happening in last time I checked, Young Justice. If I remember the end credits kind of scene, the post credit scene a little bit. I think that was a Legion flight ring that we saw there.
Possibly. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I don't remember.
I think it was. I
don't remember.
But I mean, I don't know. I feel like a futuristic show, and I was kind of watching Batman Beyond. Yes, I was. I was watching it again. Well, actually, for the first time. I never really finished it before. I used to watch a few episodes, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, there's a Justice League of the future. It's called Justice League Unlimited. Even though they're not the Justice League Unlimited, or I think they're called Justice League Unlimited. I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway, though, I mean, it's all the characters from the Justice League show that now have kids and stuff, but they didn't do the Justice League show yet. It doesn't matter. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is I think that having a little future kind of stuff, having all their kids or whatever, I don't know. I just think it'd be something interesting, something fun. It'd be something different. And the thing is, they can do almost whatever because, they don't have to really worry about much of the timeline, you know, or where they're going to end up because we don't know that yet. You know, we just know where a lot of these characters will end up, but we don't know, you know, where their kids are going to end up. A lot of that stuff can just go anywhere, you know, and I think that's something that could be very interesting about that. And they could just do whatever they really want to do.
No, I think that could be very cool. That could be pretty cool to see. But
of course, DC won't hit me up, and
DC
you know, they won't get me as a new showrunner.
Hit him up, DC. Hit us both up. We got some great ideas here.
Exactly.
Some great ideas here. Some amazing ideas. But
we've got
one day we'll talk about
ideas.
One day we'll talk about our idea for a Reverse Flash spin-off.
Yeah.
That'll be the day. I want a Reverse Flash. Yeah, I want a Reverse Flash show. But anyway, let's move on from Flash and kind of not bonus round, but rapid fire through the rest of the FanDome stuff, because it's small stuff, but it's important enough, and we can move on to the next thing after that. But rapid fire, confirmed a new quote unquote a badass Superman suit coming for Superman and Lois. Very cool. Very cool. Hopefully that looks awesome. Grundy is coming back in Stargirl season 2. Not that we had any question about that, but he'll be back. It's been confirmed. There's a new character that has been cast on Legends who can telepathically communicate with the aliens because she has been abducted by aliens in the past. Interesting.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. Young Justice Season 4 has been, I guess, officially announced, and it's going to be called Young Justice Phantoms.
We already talked about that a little bit today. But
yeah, we talked a little bit about Young Justice.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, I think that'll be very cool. I enjoyed Season 3. You got me hooked onto Young Justice. I wasn't.
Yes.
Also,
sorry for yawning, everybody.
I wasn't super on board when it first happened. But once you got me to watch it, I was like, oh wow, this is.
Yeah, I mean, I think
good.
Season 3 was a little bit different than. Of course, it was way different than Season 1 and 2.
Yeah,
a little bit different vibes, but I think that they're gonna do some new stuff with Season 4. I think they're starting to get their footing again, and I think it's gonna be really good.
Yeah, I think so too. Something else I had on here, we briefly talked about it as well, but Green Arrow and the Canaries, they didn't mention it at FanDome. There was supposed to be that special super secret announcement that I don't believe anything actually ever came of. I don't think anything happened with that. There was
Young
no
Justice Phantoms.
Maybe that was, yeah, you're right. I think that might have been the thing, because I don't think there was going to be a specific Young Justice panel, so that's probably what it was.
I mean, because we kind of thought there was going to be another season, but I don't think that we really knew.
Right. I mean,
it was also, of course, it was very strange when Young Justice just came back almost out of nowhere.
Right. I mean, it's kind of also up in the air. I'm pretty sure it's going to be airing on HBO Max now, because everything's airing on HBO Max instead of DC Universe, because they're phasing DC Universe out. And speaking of airing on HBO Max, if you care about Doom Patrol, that has been renewed for a 3rd season. Call it a hot take, whatever, sue me, but I don't like Doom Patrol. I watched the 1st season. It was a tough watch. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea.
Surprisingly, a lot of people liked it, and
a lot of people liked it. Yeah,
weird.
It's weird. It's weird because
you know what you need to try. You need to try Harley Quinn.
I do. Good. I know. I need to. I've seen clips from it. It looks fun. It looks fun. But yeah, like fun. I don't know.
It's different, but it's basically Harley Quinn is. It makes jokes on the stereotypes of every character in the DC universe. Yeah, no,
it's great. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It seems like basically the Harley Quinn version of that canceled Deadpool series.
It basically is. And I think the best character, in my opinion, is Bane. Anybody that's watched that show just knows that Bane is like basically he's basically like every Bane that we've ever seen all together.
That's cool.
And it's just great.
That's cool.
And he's just funny. Bane just wants to blow everything up because he's just like he's just like from what was it? It was Batman Forever, I think that Bane was in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we're like all Bane ever
Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin. That's what it was. It was Batman and Robin.
Basically,
because that's
all he ever
Poison
says
Ivy.
Is just bomb. And just in the series, all he wants to do is just blow people up. And he also talks like this.
I'm Bane. You merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it.
Yeah, he just talks about
by it.
Darkness. I will kill you. I will blow you up. You know, he's just like it's hilarious. You have to watch it just to see, but he's the best. I'm not doing him justice with my impressions, but
no, the Harley Quinn series is definitely on my my long list of things that I need to watch. Also on that list, in the same vein as Doom Patrol and why I haven't watched it yet, is The Boys.
Mm-hmm.
They're both very adult, very extreme superhero shows. I think
it's because you don't like Rick and Morty, the high IQ TV show.
No, I don't know. It's like it's weird. It's like I don't have a problem. I don't know. I don't have a problem with like crazy violence and gore and language. But when it's
that's
over,
kind of a lot on Harley Quinn.
yeah, but when
sometimes.
it's over, but this is the thing. The reason why I don't like Doom Patrol is because I think it's overdone just because they can do it. That was my other problem with Titans, was the fact that they could just, they could just say F Batman because, you know, they're given that rated R rating. Like, they're allowed to say it, so they just say it as many times as they want. And it's like,
yeah,
it's not my thing.
Yeah.
Like, if it needs to happen, it can. I think that's fine. Like, it's weird. I feel like Deadpool, oddly enough, was the right mix of, you know, fourth wall breaking, crazy violence, crazy language, and being right.
Just,
because like that's the Deadpool character. Because that's the Deadpool character.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's the Deadpool character. But when you've got like, you know, you bring in Titans or Doom Patrol or whatever, and Robin's just dropping F-bombs, and like Cyborg is dropping F-bombs, and you're just seeing all this crazy gore and everything. It's just like, that's not what I signed up for, you know? That's not what,
I mean, I get what you mean. And it's just, the thing is though, they're for a different
they're for a different audience, and I definitely
point,
and I recognize that. And it's like not everybody's going to enjoy everything that somebody enjoys.
It's just like also some people don't like shows like
Legends. Some people don't like. Some people. The other thing I want to talk about. Some people don't like Legends.
No, they don't. It's because they just think it's too jokey.
Right. They think it's too jokey and silly and whatever. But like, and that's fine. You're completely entitled to your own opinion, and that's why I don't like Doom Patrol. Like, I love Legends, but I don't like Doom Patrol because Doom Patrol just is a little too extreme.
Yeah. I mean,
in that aspect.
Me, though, I think that DC, DC TV CW shows. A lot of people don't like them because they think they're like too basically Riverdale with superheroes, you know, and I completely get that. Yeah. And it kind of is sometimes, but I think that some shows are trying to be a little bit different. I think Batwoman was one that was a little bit different. Yeah. And I think that most definitely Stargirl was something that was different.
Oh yeah, Stargirl's very, very, very different.
And I mean, I don't hate on the Flash. I like the Flash, but the Flash is one of the most Riverdale with superheroes kind of show.
Yeah, and I mean Arrow to an extent as well. Yeah. At like, you know, season
Arrow was more like
Arrow
more
season
like
4.
General Hospital.
Arrow season 4.
It's more like these are basically like soap operas.
But also that's what any of these shows are. They're literally a soap opera with superheroes.
Yeah, and I feel like that's one of the things that can bring down the shows is so many episodes can kind of make them just feel like some of them just don't really need to be there. And I feel like one of the main things that I liked about Stargirl is that it had one comic line that it wanted to do, and it did a little bit differently, but it still did it, you know? And I think also the great thing is they had the person that freaking wrote it, you know, running the show. Exactly. And it's just like, I think that if these shows are taking more like comic book runs, you know, and they're just done kind of quick, higher production, you know, less episodes, but maybe even longer episodes, but just, I don't know. I just think that if they do them kind of like Stargirl, I mean, of course, not every show is going to work that well, but yeah, I mean, I think that Stargirl just did it differently, and it did it kind of right in my personal opinion.
I do too, and as much as I'd like to say, hey, just cut the Flash's episodes down to 13, just like Stargirl, they'd have the same budget and it would be great, but shows get their budgets based on how many episodes they have. So if you cut the Flash down to 13 episodes, they're getting a budget to make 13 episodes, not a 22 episode budget that they can now use on 13 episodes. That's kind of the misconception there sometimes, that people think it's like, oh, we just cut the Flash's episode count, their budget's going to skyrocket. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And the reason that's not the case is because, like, again, The Flash, for example. The Flash is the most popular DC show on the CW right now. It might be one of the CW's most popular properties at this point. So the more episodes they have, the more ads they can run throughout the course of a season, you know?
Yeah.
22 weeks of shows with ads makes the CW a lot more money than 13 weeks of episodes with ads. And that, unfortunately, that's the case. But I think the way that Eric Wallace is doing things now with the graphic novel style, it won't make the season feel as stale as some seasons have in the past when you get to that later portion of a season. But again, we'll have to wait and see, and wait for like an actual full season. Hopefully the season's going to be a full season.
TV shows. I think that it's just going to be really interesting to see what goes on. And,
I do too.
I'm excited. I am as well. I think that's all we have, really.
I think that's pretty much it, except quick thoughts on Superman Man of Tomorrow that we just watched last night.
Yeah. Actually, I think it was pretty good.
I thought it was really good.
The art style was a little bit different. I didn't actually hate it. I thought I was gonna not enjoy it very much. You kind of brought it up, but it does look like a comic book.
Yeah, it looks kind of like a comic book come to life.
I would actually really like unique. To see DC do like a movie, like how how Spider-Verse was.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Talk about a comic book come to life. Great. That was If DC did a movie in the same vein as Spider-Verse, oh boy. That would be something to look at.
Yeah, and but I think that it was actually really good. I hope that the other ones, like the other movies, if this is going to start the new line of animated movies after what happened with Apocalypse War, I wouldn't be mad about it. But I kind of want to see some new, different stuff. I want to see it kind of evolve. I want to see some different stuff.
Yeah, no, and I think I think it's already evident from this first movie is it's very different. It's almost like an oddly futuristic take. Like everything kind of looks almost a little Jetsons in a way, like the way the buildings looked and everything. It was advanced. It was kind of advanced modern. Yeah, it's really weird. I'm not really sure what you would call.
I was saying that it's not exactly like how the Beyond kind of style is, where everything is like
It's not exactly. It's not exactly Beyond. But it's a little more advanced than our actual present day. But it's interesting. I like it. I think it's a good start, and it's a really good Superman story. We were talking about this last night. If I had the choice. Another hot take coming at you here on the Legion Lounge, but if I had the choice between Batman and Superman, I'd choose Superman. Superman's my dude. So a great Superman story is something that I'm always looking for, and I think that this is it. Is like if this was made,
could be something very interesting. With Superman, I think that if they do some more with this kind of storyline, even if it's not in the new universe that they're going to be creating, I just think that overall it's going to be. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, especially if this isn't even if this is not the new, like main continuity DC animated universe, more of this Superman's continuity would be awesome to see. I think.
Right. But. Is there anything else about
I don't think so. No. I mean that's pretty much it.
Like an hour to get
it took us an hour to get through FanDome. See, I told you there was a lot. I told you there was a lot, and we still have a lot to talk about. Not quite as much. But before we get onto that though, I'm gonna tell my joke. My horrible joke that you hated. But here we go. Here we go, chat.
Cover your ears.
How does Superman get so jacked? I'll pause for a second. Dramatic effect. How does Superman get so jacked? American way.
Moving on to Call of Duty Cold War multiplayer / zombies. So, on the 9th of this month, we saw the multiplayer reveal trailer. A little bit of zombies at the end for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's 12 seconds.
Of Cold War. Yep. And it looked pretty good. I wasn't completely sold on it. I wasn't completely sold on it, but I saw some gameplay afterwards, and I think it actually can come out to be a pretty good game. But before we move on, I wanted to say something quick about zombies. Yeah. Supposedly it's been data mined. And the map is actually supposedly going to be not.
Yes.
But the thing is, it's supposed to be almost like a Russian nuclear base Because you
Yeah,
saw like the nuke
I
in
heard
the trailer.
some stuff about this. Yeah, yeah. I made my video on this talking about how, you know, it looks like the knocked stairs, looks like kind of like the transit power room and all this stuff.
It's
but
not going to be a transit. It's knocked. It's
okay,
going to be knocked. It's going to be supposedly it's going to be a bigger knocked though. It's
okay,
going to have some different stuff in it. It's probably going to have like the lower part like we saw before.
very
So there's
interesting.
probably going to be some kind of, it's going to be knocked but bigger. But I bet you can
Nice.
probably make it so then, you know, you
It's
only have like, you know, the normal level of knocked and not
yeah.
like the
Well,
whole other level.
I think it's
I was thinking,
interesting.
you know where the wall is, like where
Yeah.
you used to repair the wall? That might be possibly
Yeah. Well, here, did you
where it
ever
is.
play? So there was a custom map in World at War.
No, I never played it.
Okay, so there was like a custom made knocked that had like the outside was open, and what you're talking about, that wall that used to that barrier wall, you could go through it, and that was where like a pack-a-punch machine was, and it was kind of like a facility type of room.
Yeah.
And everything. So it was
It's-
basically it just took the normal knocked and it kind of expanded it a little bit, made the upstairs area a little bit bigger, made some stuff on the outside. So I think that could be interesting. It seems like this is going to be the start of a new zombies continuity. It might still be in the ether multiverse, but it's not going to be connected
Possibly.
to our Primus, Ultimus, or
Supposedly it's
Victus
about like
characters.
containment of the zombie virus,
Yeah.
and it's also gonna have woods supposedly.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah, so it seems like it's
woods
going to
were
also
supposed to be in
be
Shangri-La,
right, it's going to be
but it
connected
wasn't
to
because they just didn't want to.
right, so it's
but-
going to be connected to campaign in a way. And
Yeah,
like there
so
were some
I don't know
campaign
exactly if they're gonna want to do like combine it with the actual storyline. I think it might be more like
yeah.
might be more like World War II zombies. where
Yeah,
it's
I
kinda
do.
like its own
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Uh,
think so too. Especially the way that it looks as well looks kind of like World War II as
Yeah, but we'll have to
you know.
we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to
We'll
see.
have
It
to see.
looks fun.
It looks
we've
very
got
interesting.
we've
though.
got
it looks
the,
like
but
it's gonna be fun.
exactly. But we've got Jug coming back. We've got the monkey bombs coming back. We've got the 1911 starting pistol. We've got a crazy flashlight that you can like shine at zombies. Something interesting that I didn't pick up on when I was first watching it. But it doesn't seem like the zombies, at least when the map is dark without power, it doesn't seem like the zombies actually care about you until you shine the light at them.
Yeah, maybe, or it might just be you make some noise or something.
Yeah.
I think that it might actually be possible to survive the map without. I mean, I don't know about not encountering a zombie, but there might be some kind of perks for kind of playing the map
Yeah.
stealthy.
Well,
You
I
know?
wonder though. Imagine this. This would be actually pretty interesting. What if round 1 doesn't start until you get the power on? You know, what if
That could
it's
be
just like
interesting.
there are zombies in specific spawns? Like we saw like all these zombies down by that little like panel or whatever that was in the little.
I just wanted to throw a grenade down there so bad.
Yeah, me too. But like there were like a bunch of zombies just standing there. There's no way there would be that many zombies on round 1. So what if they're just you spawn in an area that's completely dark and everything, and there are zombies kind of laid out across the map that you have to get past in order to get to power to then start the round. Like some
Yeah, but, I
custom
mean,
maps,
it's-
some
it
custom
just
maps are
might not
like
even
that, but it would be interesting.
rounds this time. It might just be something completely different. You know?
Yeah,
and
that
I'm
could be
actually kind of
interesting too.
surprised. I'm gonna be interested to see what they do. They might try to go like the World War II route and try to go less of rounds and more objective based.
Yeah,
And I
but
wouldn't exactly hate it. It really would have to be something interesting.
yeah, well,
Um,
the reason why I don't think that they would do that is because Treyarch got so much backlash in Black Ops 4, making the maps a little too quest-based and a little bit less round-based, and there's definitely that community that loves
Or-
doing... Yeah, what were you saying?
Or
Sorry.
there might be two kind of ways you could play the game. You might be able
Right.
to play it round based. You might be able to play it more
that would be
objective-based. I don't know.
interesting. That would be interesting. Is like if you want to go for the Easter egg, it's a different type of zombies. Like there's no rounds. Like it's more of an actual. It's a mission. You know,
Yeah. I mean,
like
'cause
kind of
all-
like
or the
Extinction.
other
Like
thing is
Extinction. There
they
were no.
might you know how like some custom maps are more for time instead of
Right.
like time of survival instead of rounds.
Yeah.
So it might be that you
Ah.
have like a certain timer for how long you can live for. And
That would be
stuff. Or,
interesting.
like, you know, instead of like, oh, I survived till round like 20, It's I survived like 20 hours,
That would
in
be
zombies
interesting.
because I have no life or something, you know.
That would be interesting. And then it also kind of makes me think of Extinction in a way, because there weren't really rounds. Is like there was kind of like dead time between like drill cycles and things like that. If you wanted to go do something, you just don't plant the drill, you know, if you want a little bit of a break. And then like instead of having I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
Interesting.
It'll be interesting. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it looks fun from what we've seen.
Mm-hmm. I think the multiplayer also looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel
we're
a lot
not going to
better.
talk about everything because there's a lot.
Yeah,
in
no,
there.
I feel a lot better about it after seeing gameplay from people that have actually played the alpha versus just watching the trailer.
Yeah, and people actually seem to really enjoy it. I mean, not really enjoy it, but they seem that it's going to be something different. I just, there's a whole bunch. There's not a whole bunch, but we only saw like a few guns. Wild cards are back. You can put up to 8 attachments on your gun now. A gunsmith, which I'm kind of happy is still there. A lot of people were actually they were kind of scared if gunsmith was going to return because they heard that it wasn't.
Yeah.
But actually, I'm kind of glad that it's staying. I think that's actually something that really came really good out of.
Yeah, there aren't many
Modern
things
Warfare.
that I love from Modern Warfare, but the gunsmith was definitely one of them. It just kind of like a quality of life improvement.
Yeah, I mean, because you can customize the gun however you want it.
Exactly.
You can, and I like the fact that, guns are not just guns. You can convert them into basically whatever you want.
That's really cool. It's like, the new LMG that came out is like, it can be an LMG, or, you put this stock on it and this grip on it, and it becomes the Call of Duty Ghost chainsaw, which is crazy.
Yeah. You basically can make an LMG well, not an LMG. You can make a minigun.
Exactly. And like, you can turn the M4 into the M16, or you can,
No, but it's still good nonetheless.
Yeah. And I always like those
for its
fun
own engagements.
Yeah, I always liked those just fun, kind of silly, not very competitive, but just like fun to mess around with classes.
Yeah.
I thought those were always cool.
Like a lot of times that I kind of enjoyed with Warzone is, especially with Plunder, is I have the opportunity to do whatever I want to. And I like, if I die, I'm not gonna seriously get punished. I'm not big on winning the game, but when I want to win the game, I win the game. But like I can go in there, throw like 200 round belt fed mag, like a box mag on my Bruin, and just like throw on everything you would need for basically long distance engagements, and just like mow guys down without ever having to reload. And I think that kind of stuff is fun.
Yeah, it just makes the way that you play a lot more unique to every single player. Like don't
I even did
just
like
because
a whole stealth playthrough of like a couple games,
right,
where I just would come around with just basically just silenced weapons, silence the assault rifle, silence pistol, ghost, footsteps, all that kind of stuff.
It takes a lot of the restrictions out. Like back in the day when you could only have like 1, 2, maybe 3 attachments on a gun. Now you're base like 5 attachments. With wildcards, I think you can have up to like 7 or 8 attachments, I think, on a single gun.
Yeah, 8. You can have up to 8.
Up to 8 attachments? That's crazy. Who would have thought
you can also have double perks. So you can have 6 perks instead of 3.
Who would have thought that back in the day when it was cool that you could put a red dot and a silencer on your gun, that now it's like, okay, you can have 8 attachments. Like what 8 different attachments? What are you gonna put on your gun?
How is no stock an attachment? How is taking something
that
off
should
an
actually
attachment?
That should actually
That's
give you an attachment. Right, that should actually give you an attachment slot. Like taking off your stock should actually give you +1 extra attachment or something. I don't know. That'd be kind of interesting. Yeah.
I'm just trying to make jokes out here, guys and gals. But I'm just trying to make jokes.
Here, what would you? So you have a gun. Like say you have the M4 or the
I have
M16.
a gun, guys. No,
you have the M16. You have the M16. What are your 8 attachments that you're going to put on this thing?
I mean, it depends on what they have, but I also like how they updated the gunsmith.
Yeah.
To where it actually has a whole bunch of what's it called? Where you can, each of the items that you can put on your weapon
Yeah.
has not just like a plus in, movement speed or something. It tells you exactly how much
Oh
it
yeah,
is.
yeah, exactly.
Instead
Yeah,
of, because then
that's
you have to
cool.
go online. And I don't know about you, but sometimes if I had to look at some stuff, I'd have to look online to see actually what it does.
Yeah.
But now in the game, it actually tells me, well, this adds +2 and this one only adds
Yeah.
+1. So you can see, okay, if I have, which, like, depending on how much movement speed or whatever I want, I can see, okay, this one will add 4 movement speed and this one will only add 3. So I want the no stock and not
Right. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier, and you don't have to
smaller
like kind of
barrel.
decipher what the little bars mean or anything. It's like these are set values of plus
even
and
some of them
minus
have like
for
secret things attached to them. I remember how the Merc 4 grip literally made you have more movement speed for like 5 seconds, and then they updated it and
Yeah.
they changed it back. But it's
Yeah.
just how, and it's just all these things were secret, and you'd have to find them out. And then also with the FAMAS shotgun, where it was literally like unlimited range,
Yeah.
and it's just
Yeah.
like, geez, I mean, I don't know about you, but I think that stuff's that. I mean, to me, it's kind of interesting, but it's kind of weird. But now that we actually see the numbers and the stats and everything, I think that it's going to be a lot easier for the devs, and I think it's going to be a lot easier for the players to see exactly what they're putting on their guns.
The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? We actually get to figure that out.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think Black Ops Cold War, I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a good year, not only for multiplayer, but also definitely for zombies.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things that, of course, we have to see into, but
yeah,
I mean, I think there's some things that have to be changed. There's some things they talked about, like a lot of the people that actually went ahead and played some of the game. But I think that it's going to be.
I'm excited.
It's going to be interesting to see.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited, especially for. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I'm cautiously optimistic, and I'm very hopeful for zombies.
I think that it could be something great, but we'll really have to see.
We'll have to see. But continuing on with the gaming side of things, we got the big leak then announcement this week as well about the sort of lower end spec Xbox for next gen. We have the Series X, which is $500. Series X, $500, coming out on November 10th. And then the same day, the Series S is going to release for $300. So $200 less than the $500 Series S or Series X. But it's not going to have some of the features that you're going to be getting with the higher end console. So no,
like a disc tray.
Yeah, no disc drive. So if you wanted, so if you wanted this to play 4K Blu-rays, you're out of luck. Sorry. You're only getting half of the SSD storage. You're getting 512 gigabytes versus the terabyte that you would get on the Series X. Also, you're restricted to, I think, 1440p gaming is the highest quality that you can get. 1440p, 120 hertz. I think there might be 4K streaming, but that's the only 4K you're going to get. So pretty much for $300, you're getting this entrance into next gen, which is great. Who would have thought you could get a next gen console for $300 that's equivalent to, kind of, it's kind of in the same vein as this $500 console, but you're just losing out on the disc tray. You're losing out on a little bit of extra storage. For a lot of people, that's not going to be a deal breaker for them. For a lot of people, this is going to be the console that they go for. I think for a lot of people, this is going to be their this is going to be the console.
Possibly win Xbox the console.
Right. I mean, I think the Series S is going to sell more than the X. It's like, for us people that love our game consoles, we know about higher spec things. Like we understand that it's a much better value to pay a couple $100 extra to get the $500
also
Xbox.
Because I care about backwards compatibility.
Right. I care about the features and stuff that you get with the higher end console. A lot of people don't care. And again, this is going back to our what were you saying?
Think about this. Back to my example from like the first stream we were ever doing.
I think it was my example.
Huh?
I said I think it might have been my example, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You can tell the story here.
Little Mikey, right? He wants to get a brand new console for his Christmas for Christmas or his birthday
For
or
his
something.
Christmas.
I don't know. Maybe his birthday comes out maybe his birthday comes out. Maybe his birthday is the same exact day as Christmas. Who knows? Maybe it's on Easter. Maybe it's on Turkey Day. Who knows? We'll see. But little Mikey, he wants a new console, right? What is mom gonna buy? Is she gonna buy good old PS5, which is gonna be like what? Probably 500, 600.
I'm guessing, interrupting your
Maybe
story,
400.
I'm guessing PS5 is going to compete with Xbox. It's going to be, I think, for the highest end PS5, it's going to be $450. And I think the one without the disc tray is going to be $400 flat. So it's going to be in between. So you're going to have your $300 Series S, then $400 for the discless PS5, then $450 for the PS5 with the disc tray, and then $500 for the Series X. And the only reason I say that is because the Series X is a little more powerful than the PS5, if you look at it specs-wise. But anyway, continue.
But going back to little Mikey, right? What is his mama gonna buy? You know, is Karen gonna go out to the store and buy, this $300 console that then she can go ahead and buy, what is it? If she wanted to pay, she could basically buy 2 new games and still, I mean, she'd be spending $20 more, but still she would be having basically a new console and a couple new games for the same price as a brand new console. You get what I'm saying? Or she could buy the brand new console and another game, and she still is paying basically less than, the no disc tray PS5. So from somebody that's not trying to spend too much, especially people that might not be spending too much money, or their kids are just playing Fortnite or something, but just your average like little kid, this is going to be like their introduction console, because some parents might not even know if they like video games, or they just
I think it's
at,
great. It's an entrance
Jimmy's
to the entrance to next gen gaming. Like, the price of admission is now only $300. For $300, you can get this console.
Then think on top of this for Xbox.
Right, you get Game Pass. Yeah,
And
Game Pass for like $15
right
a month.
after that. And you
Yeah,
get
I think they're having there's like
you get Xbox Live.
Right, there's a deal I think going on. It's like $25 a month. You get the console and Game Pass and Xbox Live for like $25. $25 a month. Like, it's basically like leasing the console. But for $25 a month, you get it all. And that is a deal that not a lot of people are going to want to pass up.
Yeah, and I mean, just think again, if you're somebody that doesn't know much about gaming or doesn't want to pay too much for your little kids,
or if
console,
if you're not a big gamer, like you just game after work or on the weekends or whenever you have some free time. It's like,
because also Game Pass has a lot of the good games that Xbox has, and it has them out sometimes day one or even earlier. Even their own games like Halo Infinite and stuff, they're going to be coming out on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Straight up. And you can just play them.
Yeah, the only issue that I see with this is the fact that you've only got a 512 gigabyte SSD. And for a lot of these games to run, you need a very fast solid state drive in your console. So it's not going to be like, you can't just plug in an external hard drive like we have or something, or like just go in there and swap it out with any old hard drive. Like, you're going to need an equivalent fast SSD to load these games. So that's going to be a little pricey, I think, when it comes time to upgrade. So you're going to fill that 500 again, especially
people aren't thinking about that.
I know, but think about this. Modern Warfare and Warzone, that's 200 gigabytes already.
Yeah.
Is like, you're going to fill up that 512 gig console with 2 or 3 games.
But think about this again. If you're not somebody that games a whole bunch, if you want to play a game, you're not going to worry about buying like a brand new console or whatever. You already have the console. So what are you going to do? You're going to delete a game. You're going to download the game you want to play. And while you're going off to work or you're over at school or something, you're going to let it download. You're going to come back and you're just going to play it.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's that big of a problem, especially for people that don't want to play too much.
Yeah,
now,
I think you're
will
just going
say
to have to
if you are somebody that just came back from work or something, and you're just trying to just play some games, and your buddies are like, well, let's go play some, Warzone or something. And you're like, well, I just downloaded, Halo instead.
I think
play
that's going to be the only issue, and it's going to be interesting to see what the price is straight from Xbox or straight from PlayStation on these kind of expansions, these memory expansions for the consoles. And also obviously you're going to get your third party ones, but they look like kind of like SSD cartridges almost that you put into the console to obviously, store your games and everything. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I kind of had this idea a while back that instead of games on discs, what if you sold games like on an SD card or on a hard drive? No, because think about this. They're like 1 terabyte SD cards now. I mean, they're pricey, but the price of memory is going down. So imagine, Black Ops Cold War, right? Pretend this game ends up getting up to like 500 gigs of storage. You can only fit, I think, 50 gigabytes on a disc right now. Imagine you get like a 1 terabyte hard drive, or like a 1 terabyte cartridge pretty much is your physical copy of the game, and all the information is on that cartridge. Here's the real question. And it's not taking up any of your internal memory.
Who really buys physical copies of games anymore?
I know, that's the thing. That's the thing.
And also the other thing is, if this new system is going to be, a lot of these new systems that people are going to buy are the no disc tray, no disc drive, and just basically no disc console, basically. They're just going to be able to do download only.
Right.
So the thing is, downloading is going to be the new way. It's going to be like streaming. A lot of people don't even have cable anymore.
Right.
They have like their Rokus or their,
right,
Amazon
exactly. It's like
Fire
they're
Sticks
just on streaming services. It's like, it's just Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus and all that stuff now.
People don't need that anymore, and people are not exactly saving money, but they're putting the money towards other things.
They're putting the money elsewhere,
they're seeing, I mean, and also, what does the CW do right after the show drops? They just drop it right on their website.
Right, and they get more, and sometimes they get a lot more viewers streaming versus live and stuff. And I mean, it's not...
Streaming and downloading online, all that kind of stuff is the new way. And I know that some companies have been trying to do the almost like, you don't have to download the game, you just stream it off.
Yeah, but I think
that could actually be really big now.
That's the future, I think, is people are downloading their games now instead of getting physical copies. But the issue is that you're going to run out of space really quickly. So if they can find a way to allow you to instantly stream the game from a server or whatever without any downloads, it's not taking up any space on your computer or your console. You're immediately streaming the game, kind of like Google Stadia or like NVIDIA GeForce Now or whatever. Yeah. So if that, I think, is the next step, but it's just hard to do that because of the fact that there's all this latency and it's not going to be a full quality stream.
And it's take like a big company like, Microsoft can probably do it. And you're going to have to basically have probably like a center in almost every single state. And sometimes maybe like for like a big old state like California, probably too, and you're going to have a lot of servers.
Yeah.
And it's going to cost a lot of money. But the thing is, I think that you'll get the money back. Especially, I think one of the things they're really going to look for is to see the numbers of people that bought these like no disc consoles.
Yeah.
Because if they're high numbers, they know that people are going to be running out of storage. So if they're running out of storage, what do? You make them not even have to worry about storage, and you basically just stream the game straight to them.
Yeah. I think it's great. It seems like there are some great options as far as these consoles go, but my only fear is storage. And I think personally, I don't know what you want to do, but personally, I'm still going to, when I get a PS5, whenever that is, most likely it's not going to be until Ratchet and Clank comes out, but when I get a PS5, I'm still going to go with the console with the disc tray, because number one, I'm a collector. I like collecting game discs. I think it's much.
Man.
I'm a collector. I don't know.
I'm
I like
classic. I like my
physically
discs
I like physically
in the console.
I like physically having a game. Like obviously playing a lot of PC stuff now, you can't have physical games.
Right.
That's just
But
the
I
way
mean,
it is. But
think about this,
when
though.
there's an
Think about
option
the
to have a
future.
physical game, I would like to have that. You know?
Yeah. But think about if the future of gaming is instead of people asking, well, do you have this on your SSD or whatever, and like your game runs faster, is instead asking, um, basically, hey, do you actually like have the game or are you just streaming it? Because if you're streaming it, there's probably going to be a little bit of latency no
Right.
matter
Yeah,
what.
that's the
But the
only
thing is,
thing.
think about if almost everybody was playing it on a stream kind of way, and
Yeah.
then only some people download their games, and they're like a little bit faster. But I mean, I just think that that'd be a little bit interesting,
Yeah, I'm not sure how that would work. I'm not sure how quickly the servers would get overloaded because, obviously there's queues to get into Warzone sometimes. So imagine
there's still queues to get in Division.
right. So like
1
imagine
and 2.
imagine you bought like, and then also it gets into this whole big issue of whether or not you actually own the digital media that you pay for, is
Yeah.
like, do you really own all the games in your Steam library? They're digital, but like what happens if one of these games gets pulled off the store? Like that's happened before. Is like games have disappeared from libraries before, and it would be even more of an issue, I think, if it was streamed. Like there's no physical media that anybody has. It's like you're just paying.
More would happen.
You're just paying for the streaming access.
No, what I think would happen is it would be more like if you want to keep the game, you download it. But if you don't want to keep the game, when it's going to go away, then it's just going to go away.
Yeah.
Because that's what a lot of these things are. It's just you can download the game when you have the service, and when you get the service again, you can still play it like how Origin Access was, and still is. But I don't know. It's a tough
spot.
Strange.
It's a tough spot, and it's interesting.
I'm just interested to see what's gonna go on. And
yeah, I am too. I
think that's gonna be a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
that's gonna be going on, and I just feel like all we really got to do is just wait, see what happens, and just hope for the best. Really.
It's definitely a watch this space thing for sure.
Yeah. All right. What's up next?
I mean, we did roughly touch on it, but PS5 event is Wednesday, I want to say.
Yeah.
Where they're gonna actually reveal the price. I think we're actually gonna
see possibly some gameplay for the Miles Morales game, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. And it seems like we're gonna get our price reveal. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's gonna fall right in the middle there between Series S and Series X. It's probably gonna be 400 for the discless console, 450.
We get a free PS5.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking like I'm pretty sure that's gonna be what it is. I don't think that the disc version and the discless version are going to be any different in price further than like a $50 price drop. I think is that I think to me is the only justifiable thing. I don't think there's any way they could say, okay, PS5 with the disc thing is 500 and no disc is 400. I think that's, there's no way a disc drive costs $100.
Yeah, I think it'd be kind of funny just to see. Yeah, most definitely not.
Yeah,
it'd just be funny. PlayStation just comes up, starts the stream or whatever, and it's just $449.99, leaves, and then that's just it.
Yeah, no, but I think it's good because then in that way, then they get to compete with Xbox because like I said, the Series X is the most powerful of these consoles, and it's at $500. And then PlayStation will come in with kind of their, counter offer. It's like, hey, $450 for our top end console, but also $400 if you want our lower end console. So it's $100 more than the Series S, but $100 less than the Series X.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, I think that's what. I think you're right. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I can't really think of anything else. I think that's
I think that's the biggest thing is just
it's just gonna be pricing.
That's
pricing, the main point for a lot.
Pricing is the main thing, and I think you're probably right as well. Is Miles Morales that might be? We might get some gameplay for that.
And pricing is the two biggest things for these consoles. You can throw around specs all day long, but your average gamer's not gonna care. No,
No,
they're not. They really just want to see what the new
no,
console is. They're gonna buy
exactly.
it. They're gonna play.
They're not going to be quite as specced out as like a what's it called, like a new PC, but they're enough. they're definitely enough. I think also we might get we'll definitely probably get release date as well. So November 10th for the Xboxes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
I'm thinking December for PlayStation.
You think it's gonna be?
But
you think it's gonna be December? I think it's gonna be around the same time. I think it's gonna be within a week. I think it's either gonna come out
late November, early December.
I think it's either gonna come out November. If they really want to push it, it could come out a week early. Could come out on the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Or the 17th is the week after the Xbox comes out. Or 2 weeks after is the 24th. But that's also, I think, the week of Thanksgiving and Black Friday. So they would probably want to have the console out for at least a week or two before then, because then they'd may or may not have sales for Black Friday, but I don't think that's gonna. I don't think that's gonna really apply. But yeah, I think both consoles are gonna come out within the first. I'd say the first 3 weeks of November. Both consoles are out.
Yeah,
that's my thought. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. See at that PlayStation event on Wednesday is what it is. Yeah. So last few things here. Moving on to Star Wars. Man, we're almost at an hour and a half.
Yeah, gotta speed through it.
Gotta speed through this. Moving on to Star Wars stuff. We've got our first look pictures at the Mando Season 2.
Looks good. I'm pretty excited to see what they're gonna be doing. We already talked about this before. But Ahsoka, Rex, possibly Boba Fett. And I think that's a lot of the stuff we already know. Darksaber. And I think that's about it.
Yeah, these look really cool. I just transitioned on the stream to showing off the pictures on Twitter.
Right.
But the Mando's suit looks really good. Looks so really clean. Looks so good. Looks so good.
Pedro Pascal's the definition of a cowboy.
Yeah. And then we've got the picture that has turned into the meme with Mando and Baby Yoda. It's like Dad doesn't want the dog, gets dog, dad and dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that. We've got another look at Cara Dune. She was a very cool character last season. Excited to see more of her this season as well. And then Carl Weathers' character, who the name of his character honestly always escapes me. I'm not really sure what his name is.
I forget his name too.
I don't know what his name is, but Carl Weathers' character is awesome. And something I forgot to do last stream, but I will do this stream. Say his famous line. Mando. Mando, got a new mission for you. But yeah. On to the next set of pictures, though. We've got Moff Gideon, Giancarlo Esposito. I think his character could be the most interesting this season, honestly.
Yeah. He's doing a lot of stuff, though.
Yeah.
Even also with... he's going to be the main villain of Far Cry 6.
Yeah, and he's also the villain of The Boys, I want to say, right? This season?
Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah, I think he is. I think everybody's on The Boys at this point. But yeah, anyway, it's like I think it's going to be really cool because it's going to be interesting to see what his tie to the Darksaber is, how he got the Darksaber. Did he fight Bo-Katan and kill her? Did he just win and take the Darksaber?
Did he just steal it and then leave?
Yeah, like what happened with that? Like how did he get the Darksaber?
Yeah, I think that also a big thing this season. I heard there's a time jump.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think it's that. No,
sure.
I didn't hear there was actually. I thought it's pretty much picks up roughly right after. I didn't think there was much of a time jump at all.
Do you see Carl Weathers' character?
Well, that's true. That's true. He does have the beard. He does have the beard now. So I don't know.
We'll have to see. I just heard that. Even if it was, I just heard that it wasn't that long.
Yeah.
But again, there's a lot of things that are up for speculation right now.
Yeah. Also, is Moff Gideon force sensitive as well? Like that's also the other question. Is it seems like from some of the interviews, Giancarlo Esposito has kind of teased that that's a possibility, that he could be Force sensitive, or he could possibly be Mandalorian, and that's kind of why he feels like he has the right to the Darksaber.
I have a right.
But
man.
anyway, more Mando on the speeder with Baby Yoda, just kind of like chilling in the satchel, which is very cool.
Chilling like a villain. Is he gonna punch the baby this time?
Hopefully not. And then we got Then we got the Tusken Raider on the Bantha is the last one. But yeah, we'll back.
Of course, we're gonna be talking about Tatooine.
Yes.
So it looks like they're going back to Tatooine. Do we know why? Maybe they're living there. Maybe they're just chilling like a villain.
I don't know.
Or maybe they never even left.
Maybe this is where we get, again, thinking back to last season, going back to Tatooine. Maybe this is how we get, Boba Fett.
Very true. Because I mean, the bounty hunter that was out there, or assassin or whatever, she's not dead.
Yeah.
She's still alive, or maybe she's not. Maybe she got seriously destroyed, and Boba Fett was like, she's too far gone.
Yeah.
Oh, also, if nobody noticed, I don't know if you can zoom in or anything, but
I transitioned back to our main thing. Yeah.
But the jetpack,
yes,
it's looking pretty nice.
Yes, the jetpack is looking awesome.
Looks like it fits.
Love it.
Yep. All right. So is that all we know about Star Wars? I think that's
all we know about Mando.
That's about it.
Also still
Mando,
waiting.
Yeah,
still waiting on like Ahsoka reveal confirmation, that type of stuff. But
yeah,
that's all we know at the moment from those released pictures.
Mm-hmm.
But Star Wars stuff continuing. Ewan McGregor talked about the Kenobi series briefly, saying that he's super excited for it, which I'm pretty sure we all are. Which I'm pretty sure we all
think
are.
He's been waiting for that.
Yeah,
call.
He's been waiting for this for a while, and so have we. But also, it's been confirmed that at the moment, the plan is to have it as a limited series, meaning I think 4 to 6 episodes and 1 season. But I think that's always subject to change. I mean,
it depends on what the story is. If we just need that, then that's fine.
Yeah, right. It's like you don't want them to overdo it. Exactly. You don't want them to overdo it.
Just make some stupid crap stories. We want actual good, Star Wars stuff. We have Mandalorian, and we have the Star Wars game, the Lego game coming out, which we already know is going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
And now we're supposed to have the Kenobi movie, which, I mean, I wouldn't want it to be bad. I think everybody just wants it to be good. I want them to do what they want to do and just get it done with,
Yeah,
and
me too.
Not try to milk it,
Yeah. Is I think if they have a story and it's a full-fledged beginning to end, it tells the Obi-Wan story that we need within 4 to 6 episodes, and that's it, then that's fine. That's all we need. Is like, we were originally going to get a movie, but now it's a series, so it's going to be more Obi-Wan than we would have gotten in a 2.5 hour movie. Now we're getting 4 to 6 hours of Obi-Wan.
Right.
So it's a win-win. It's sad to think that it's going to be a one and done thing, but it's great that we're at least getting it.
Yeah, I think that's the important thing.
Yeah.
Is there's a lot of things this year that we've at least heard about that are a whole bunch of fan service stuff. Either if it's Snyder Cut or if it's over here with Star Wars with, the Ewan McGregor stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's just going to be fun either way. I think that's actually going to be great, and I think that it's going to be very, very interesting.
I do too. I'm excited.
Wait.
I'm very excited for it. I'm very, very, very excited because Obi-Wan was one of the Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan, one of the best parts of the the prequels. Yeah, and he definitely deserves this series. And
of course,
it's something he
loves the character.
He loves the character, and that's great.
And I mean, I can't wait. And I hope Tamora Morrison comes back.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah,
if it's true that he's coming back for Mandalorian.
That'd be great. I saw speaking of Tamora Morrison, I think it was a TikTok that you sent me with all the dudes
clones.
in like the clone at a convention, everybody dressed up as clones. They were just shaking his hands. That was pretty cool.
Dad.
It's like, thanks, Dad.
Happy Father's Day, Dad. think the comment was Tamora Morrison has that look of, oh god, the amount of child support I have to pay.
Jeez. But yeah, anyway, I hope there's more of all of that. More of all the Star Wars stuff that we love. Speaking of Star Wars stuff that we love though, not sure how legit this rumor is, but it's a rumor that I saw on Twitter earlier today. And that's that there is supposedly a young Mace Windu project in development that they would have a different actor play a younger version of Mace, but Sam Jackson would return to play the older version of Mace Windu. So
I hope that they do that they explain Shatterpoint.
Yeah, so is this a story that the present day takes place after Mace Windu died and flew out the window?
The Windu.
Windu out the window.
Maybe the old Mace Windu is going to be still alive, you know?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Is I think
kind of still alive.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, Sam Jackson said it a bunch of times. Is Jedi can survive falls from great distances. So I think Mace Windu is alive in present day.
I want to believe. I mean, I don't know about present day.
Not present day, but I'm saying like in the present day of whatever the show is going to be. I think he's going to be alive. It's going to be post Order 66 Mace Windu, spliced with maybe some flashbacks to younger Mace Windu.
And I hope that in this they kind of explain Shatterpoints, which is a cool Force ability that very few Force sensitive people have. And or Force users have, and I think that it's just, I don't know, I just think that it's so interesting, and they're bringing in so many different Star Wars abilities into the universe that I don't know, I think that it'd be so cool to get something new, you know, something that's already been canon before, well, was canon, now Legends, but I don't know, I just think it'd be something interesting.
I do too. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be great. Mace Windu always has been one of my favorite characters. Feel like we always needed more of Mace Windu, and more of Sam Jackson in anything is, you know, it's always a win.
All right, calm down over there, civilian.
Calm down, civilian.
Or whatever he's. I mean, he didn't say.
Yeah, it didn't calm down. He was like, what was it? It was like, it was like
civilian.
Yes,
this is Jedi business.
Yeah.
Go back to your drinks.
Jedi business. Go back to your drinks. But
great line.
Anyway, last Star Wars thing that I'd like to discuss. There was another article that came out this week talking, or not an article, I think it was an interview from one of the late night shows with Daisy Ridley, and she talked about how plans for the sequels changed a whole bunch.
Right.
Originally the plan was to have Rey related to Obi-Wan, possibly being his granddaughter. And that was like around episode 7 time. Then episode 8, they were like, no, we want her to be nobody. And then episode 9, it's like, nope, Palpatine. You're a Palpatine now.
Yeah, it's so weird. To be honest, I feel like the reason why the sequels just, at least in my personal opinion, didn't do so hot is because they had to change their mind like every 5 seconds. And I think this just kind of shows more.
Yeah, this interview,
they didn't really know what they were doing.
The interview confirmed to us what we had all thought for so long, was that Disney had absolutely no plan going into it, and they just kept changing. They just kept changing their minds.
Yeah,
and it's like, if you
each different director, something different happened.
Because here, if you think about it, I think even around the time that episode 7 came out, there was another interview that she did that saying it's like, oh, Rey's lineage is pretty obvious from this movie, you know, and that made sense, because if they were going the Kenobi route, you had Obi-Wan directly speak to her within that Force vision, remember?
Right.
And then episode 8, then they decided to change that, and they wanted her to be a nobody, which I thought was also a good way to go. Is I would have much rather had Rey nobody than Rey Palpatine. Much, or even Rey Kenobi. As much as I like the Rey Kenobi theory or original plan, I think the better way to have done it was to have her as nobody, saying heroes can come from anywhere, was kind of what their plan was going to be.
Well, I mean, I think that was also part of Skywalker. It's just, he was just a slave boy on, on Tatooine, and then he became, the most powerful Jedi ever, basically. well, not most powerful Jedi, but most powerful Force user, let's say, and then got power capped when he lost all of his limbs.
Yeah, but
my legs.
But then Disney went and did it again, changed their minds with Episode 9 and said, hey, let's just make her a Palpatine.
But I'm glad that Disney's kind of taking a step back now, and they're gonna look back at their stuff, and they're gonna let people do what they know, is really the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Like how Mandalorian worked. It was just a bunch of directors and people that knew about Star Wars and knew what should have been done and just did it. They did the stories that people wanted to see.
Exactly. But yeah, anyway, I mean, it's not much to talk about on that. What's done is done, but it's just interesting to have that actually confirmed to us now that Disney had no plan. Disney had absolutely Disney had no plan, and they completely just screwed up these movies.
Really smart.
Yeah. So
they just kind of did it.
Unfortunately, that's kind of the last topic. I don't want to end this on a sour note. So, you have anything fun? You have anything fun to say? Fun and interesting.
Let's talk about something fun.
Okay.
You want to talk about our little technical difficulty at the beginning?
Oh yeah, we could talk more about the technical difficulty. Yeah.
So basically, we thought we were live for like the first part.
It was like 3 minutes.
FanDome part 2.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we realized, oh wait, we're just talking to ourselves.
Yeah, well, because on my end, right? So I hit go live in Streamlabs and it was going through its thing, but like it glitched out when it was saying sending stream to YouTube. But in YouTube Studio, it was receiving the connection and it was saying, okay, excellent connection, you're all good. And I was like, oh, okay, it looks like it's going. Like the timer was going and everything. But then I looked over and then instead of saying concurrent viewers, it said viewers waiting. And I was like, oh, we're not live.
I was going to say something, but I was like, if we're actually live, and I'm like, we're not live.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we're not live.
Episode 1 all over again?
Yeah, it was episode 1 all over again. But yeah, so streaming software can have issues sometimes.
Are we going to talk about the future of Legion Lounge?
Future of Legion Lounge. Yeah, okay. So, you guys are hearing it here first. If you stuck around towards the end, you get some crazy insight. But we're planning on starting to stream on Twitch, stream some games over on Twitch soon. I've been going through the process of setting that up. I've actually got the Twitch channel linked on my YouTube channel currently, so if you want to go over there and drop a follow before we actually start streaming, just say you got in early, that'd be greatly appreciated. But I've been going through for the last couple of weeks, setting things up, like setting up my panels and all that stuff. We want to start streaming games, and we have a great idea. We want to do kind of like a longer zombie stream around Halloween. We know that that's like over a month away at this point.
We're gonna do it exactly on Halloween.
On Halloween.
Day of Halloween.
I know. We should just start it at midnight. No, we should just start it
every second of Halloween.
Every second. No, 24 hours. No, we're not gonna stream for 24 hours.
First ever stream, 24 hours.
No, that's not gonna happen.
But I mean, we could do a long stream. It just really depends.
Yeah. I want to do a long stream for Halloween. But yeah, I want to do some I want to do some test streams over there before we do that for sure. So yeah. I want to get into streaming on Twitch soon. I love doing what we're doing here. This won't go away. I want to keep doing this. As long as there's news, there should be a Legion Lounge almost every Sunday.
Right.
As long as there's something to talk about.
I will say this though, I might not be around as much as usual. I'm just busy sometimes. I've got a lot going on.
Yeah.
So if I'm not around,
if you're not around, then it'll probably just be me. Or possibly a guest if I can get somebody.
Yeah, but I might be thinking I might be doing every other week.
Yeah.
Or just really depends on how much info I might be doing, twice every. Well, I'm just thinking bi-weekly for myself.
Yeah.
But it really depends on.
It's kind of a watch this space.
Yeah.
But
I think we want to. Halloween stream could be pretty fun.
Halloween stream could be fun.
We're gonna come by in our Halloween costumes online.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. I think that'll be interesting.
I think it would be fun, but we just want to let you guys know now. So maybe if you want to drop by, just know that's coming.
Yeah.
Free your schedule. I mean, I don't know where else you're going.
Yeah,
it's kind of illegal to go out and Trick or treat,
let's let's here, let me do something real quick. I'll pull up the Twitch channel actually real quick just to
right. Just to give them
there
the
we go.
view.
Just to give them the view. There we go. That's the Twitch channel. Going over to the about. I got some cool panels set up and everything. That's coming soon. That's another first here. Merch coming soon, eventually.
What is that? Oh, is that a schedule?
Yeah, is that a schedule? No, this is Streamlabs leaderboard. I don't know. I think that's like you gotta be big or something. I don't know. It's something that'll happen eventually, but yeah, definitely want to start getting into streaming on Twitch very, very soon. Stream games over there. I think that would be very fun. Not that I wouldn't stream games on YouTube. I mean, we could maybe stream games on YouTube as well, but I just think this kind of like talk show podcasty thing is great for YouTube. So
it's not bad at all. It is not bad.
Not bad at all. So we've been going for an hour 45 at this point. I don't think we need to get to 2 hours. I think that's about it. We talked about FanDome for literally the first hour, and then a bunch of gaming stuff for the second half of the stream, last 45 minutes. So if you guys missed anything, the stream will be available for playback on the channel as always as soon as it's done processing. It'll be up here for you guys to go back and watch it and enjoy it at your leisure. So thank you all so much for coming out to another episode of the Legion Lounge. We'll be back, at least I will be back again next Sunday for another one of these, hopefully as long as there's some cool news to talk about. And yeah, that's about it for me. You got anything else to say? Anything to plug at the end here?
No, I don't think so. Just have a good day, everybody. And just enjoy the stream. I hope you did enjoy it. If you are seeing this when it went live, if you're not seeing this when it went live, hopefully next time you can see ours. But thank you for enjoying. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I mean that's all I can think of really.
Yeah. Alrighty. So thank you guys so much again for coming out to the Legion Lounge. But until next time, guys, it's been Tazz and Strike, and we will see you guys in the next